The Weedsman Podcast.
ChristopherMedia.net.
There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth. And always open at HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth. And always open at HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Christopher Media. Let's make some noise. From Asthmacore Studios near Detroit, Michigan.
Oh, man.
It's the Weedsman Podcast.
I have no idea what's going on.
And now,
You have smoked yourself retarded.
here are the Weedsmen.
You want to get high?
It's 316. Oh, Weedsman 316. I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm Chris.
I'm Aaron. Wait, what's the 316 thing? Isn't that that's a Bible verse, right?
Yeah, but it's Stone Cold 316 says, I just whooped your ass. I like that one better.
But isn't that something that people put on shirts and stuff? The
Yeah, John 316. It's associated with sports, and it has nothing to do with sports. It's God so loved the world that he gave his only son.
Oh yeah, we talked about this, didn't we?
Yeah, so it's nothing to do with sports at all. Just some guy in a clown wig wore it at a few football games and got on TV.
Well, might apply to like football.
How?
They gave up their only son to be concussed every Sunday.
Maybe. I like Austin 316 better.
You know what I'm excited for?
What's
is
that?
Is the iOS 14.
I got it on my phone.
That's my new favorite Bible verse.
iOS 14. Do you have it yet?
Yeah, no, I got it. I downloaded it last night. And these times, this is about as exciting as it gets.
Yeah.
No, because honestly, like with all the behavior that people are reporting on, like what they're doing during their lockdown and all that, everyone's like gaining weight and watching way more TV. It might be watching more TV. That's a possibility. Drinking and smoking more. I'm not really doing any of those things.
I mean, neither.
I've been pretty steady. I've actually like lost weight because I'm not eating as much fast food.
Yeah, I'm kind of staying the same. Well, apparently my wife said I dropped a couple. I golfed a lot. Like it's the only thing I could do to get outside.
Right.
So, fuck it. And I golfed by myself a lot too. Like you can't get COVID if you're not around anybody.
Yeah. But the two behaviors that have definitely accelerated during COVID for me is playing video games and finger fucking my phone.
Yeah.
Like my phone is just fucking attached to my hand like it was. I've never really been like, have to constantly be on my phone, but now it seems like I am. I am constantly on my phone.
No, yeah, it's a portal to everything. Well, trust me, I've tried myself many times. I'm watching TV and I'm like looking at Google News.
Yeah.
We're gonna come out of this. It's anything that delivers, anything that involves technology is just they've been having a bang up year. If you had money in Zoom in February, Holy shit, are you a happy person? Although I'm about zoomed out.
Oh, so iOS 14.
Yeah.
So, has some updates of stuff that like it's exactly what I needed.
What are the things? Are you happy for P&P?
The
picture in picture?
Oh, no. No, I noticed that was happening before the update. That was happening with like Twitter. If I watched something on Twitter and then swiped it, it would just go down to a little video in the corner. I'm like, no, get the fuck out of here. So no, it's probably P&P. It's probably not something that I would use. Although who knows? You always say, I have no use for that, and then like give it 2 weeks and you're like, I don't know how I lived without it.
Yeah.
But choosing your browser is a big one for me.
Yeah.
I'm not a Safari user, and just having every link that you follow go to Safari or Chrome has been quite annoying, and be able to change that to Firefox has been a relief.
Oh, can you do that now? As of Saturday, I couldn't do it for Firefox yet.
You have to check. So I couldn't do it immediately, but I had to go back and update Firefox, and then I could do it.
Where on your computer?
No, actually update. So if you look up Firefox on the App Store, it'll, I think by default it just says open if you've already got that app downloaded. But if you actually click on that app and go to the page for the app, that button will change into update. And then you can force an update. It'll probably update itself anyway in the next couple days.
Oh, look at that.
It did?
Yeah. So, do that. What's supposed to auto-update? I have that on.
Yeah, but it depends on when. I mean, it might be set to do it overnight or something, and I don't know. I think the final Firefox update probably came out after iOS 14 did.
Oh, there it is.
Exciting
Default
shit.
browser app.
Yep.
Firefox.
Yep.
In real time, folks. IRT.
But also what do they call it? It's like My Library or Library of Apps or whatever it is. Basically the same thing that Android had for forever now, which is a dedicated page that's just like, here's all your apps. Only this actually puts them in folders. So,
and it I've noticed for at least it has the ones that are big are the ones you use all the time.
Right. I really like the organization on this. So I've been trying to find the right way to organize my apps on my home screen. And it's kind of driving me nuts because I don't want the whole thing cluttered with apps. I don't know why I don't like the look of a screen cluttered with apps, but I just don't. I like a clean look. I pick nice backgrounds of, sexy superhero girls and shit like that. And I don't want to cover it up with apps. I want to enjoy that art a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so I keep my apps all in folders. But then you're like, this app should be over here. And you got a new app and you got to figure out which folder does it belong in. Let Apple do that shit for you. And yeah, it works really well. You get a square you get 3 of them are just tiles where you can go directly into the apps that you use the most. Mm-hmm. Whatever my entertainment, I've got it right here in front of me.
Well, suggestions seems to be your most used.
Yeah, suggestions are up top, and recently added stuff comes up there. Mm-hmm. But then you have like social media. Social is a folder.
Yeah.
And the big ones are Skype, Twitter, and FaceTime, because those are the ones I use the most.
Mine are Facebook, text messages, and LinkedIn. Yeah, it tells you things about yourself. I'm glad I'm not seeing anything I don't like going,
Yeah. And you're like, wait, there's a Pornhub app? Why is it so big?
Yeah.
Why is the tile so big? And if you just pull down on it, it'll actually just turn into an alphabetical listing that you can scroll through.
Look at that.
Yeah. So really, I mean, since I've been an iOS user, I've had iPads for a while, but on the iPhone, it's only been, 3 years now. None of the updates have been considerable where I'm like, whatever. Makes no difference to me. Unless something was actually non-functional on it, I didn't even care.
I think the big one that changed a lot of shit was, I think it was somewhere in the mid single digits was the one that kind of flipped over to the experience we all know now.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably around the time where they started just merging the experience of the iPad and the phone.
Yeah, I believe so.
Making it more homogenous. And now they've gone the other way. They've actually started to divert now as the iPad becomes more of a reasonable replacement for a laptop. Mm-hmm. and the phones start getting to iPad size in some cases.
Right. I tell you, I used to mock the people with the big phone. I went big phone. I'm never going back.
That's yeah. Big phones are addictive because, like, if you still have your old phone laying around, fire it up and look at it, and you're like, what is this tiny machine?
Yeah, what is this?
A phone for ants?
Yeah, how did I read this?
Right. Your thumbs feel huge. How do I type on this thing?
Yeah.
How did this ever work? There's also a back tap function.
Oh yeah, I already set that up.
What did you use your back tap for?
For pictures.
Oh, so it takes you to your pictures? Or
No,
it takes you to the camera?
No, you could set it to do fucking anything.
Wait, so you can... I know that you can set it to take a screen cap.
Oh yeah, that's what it is, screenshot, but yeah, it's...
Oh, okay. I thought you were actually, had it set up to just take a picture every time you tapped it.
Well, yeah, I do. Of whatever.
No.
It will take a screenshot. It will take a picture of me if I have the camera open.
Oh, really?
Or a picture of whatever if I have the camera open, yeah.
So if you have the camera open, it'll take a picture. If you don't, it'll take a screenshot.
Yes.
Ah.
I totally forget. I read an article about it and how to do it. Oh, it's in accessibility.
Yeah. Well, that's I think the point of the back tap is not to be clever. It's so people who maybe they don't have all their fingers, or maybe they don't have working thumbs. Maybe they're ALF.
Or maybe you're like, it's happened with me with my wife 100 times. We're trying to take a picture
Maybe they're
together,
a Muppet.
And you have a better grip on the phone, but then you got to get this weird, because you got to be able to take it. Now
right.
You know, I can see it being big with the kids, with the Snapchat and all that crap.
Yeah.
The people who are constantly taking pictures of themselves. Yeah, you can set it for app switcher. What's it do? App control center, home, lock screen, mute, notification center, reachability, screenshot, shake, Siri, spotlight, volume up, volume down. So you can do a double tap or a triple tap. So you can set it to do a couple things.
It's also apparently a COVID tracing app.
Yes.
On there.
I loaded up one for Alabama last week. Because Alabama has one, Michigan doesn't. Don't ask me how. But you have to self-report on it. But it was...
Yeah.
When I was down there, I was like, all right, we're putting this thing on here. But yeah, it's got all that capability in it. It had it in the last iOS too, but with 14... Like one of the last couple updates, it started putting in the infrastructure for it.
Oh, okay.
But I guess they took it to the next level.
Is the idea just to give you an alert if you happen to be in the same area as somebody else who reported being infected?
Like, yeah, if on their phone they went, hey, I got the COVID.
It's just literally just contact tracing.
Yeah, and you're near them. It goes, hey, you were near this person. Well, that's how the NFL's doing it. NFL
can it start doing these in real time? Like your phone's going off, like somebody near you has COVID.
I think so. The NFL is somehow they're 2 weeks in. They've been doing training camp for like a month. But they got like these crazy contact watches. Like all that, like that's how they're getting away with it, is they're doing daily testing, and they got this crazy contact tracing technology.
They got them tethered.
Yeah. So essentially so far there's been like 2 cases at least since the season started, 2. And one was like a fan in Kansas City. So, yeah, it's, I think with that kind of technology, masks, we can start figuring this shit out. But anyway, iOS 14.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
get off on a whole COVID sidetrack, but honestly, all I'll say is if everyone was diligent about masks and contact tracing, that could solve most of this. And we wouldn't be just sitting around waiting for a vaccine. We would be moving on with our lives and going, well, when the vaccine comes, we can take the masks off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's some other practical features. I guess there's some location services that sounded very nifty.
Well,
but just being able to clear out my home screen of nothing but 4 apps that I use often was perfect. Now, the only thing else that I would need is the ability to put those apps where I want. I want to put them on the bottom row. I want to put them in an arc across the top.
How do you get rid of all the folders?
Well, if you...
Because I still have them.
Right. So if you have folders on your home screen, you're saying, yeah, it doesn't change your home screen.
Oh.
But if what you do now is
Just
if
swipe to the-
if you long press on that folder, it'll give you the option to delete the folder, which will then keep all the apps on your phone. They'll just be in your library.
Gotcha. So if you want to just use your library, you essentially delete everything on your home screen, or you just say put it all in the library.
You could clear out your home screen completely and have it all accessible from your library if you wanted to. That's pretty much what I did, and then through Twitter and Firefox on the home screen.
I like that idea.
I have Twitter, Firefox, Gmail, and Google News. Those are the four. No, I'm sorry. Twitter's down at the bottom. I have podcasts and Firefox. Those are my four most used: the podcast, browser, email, news.
Yeah. Wow. Damn.
And it doesn't. And now none of this obstructs the fine view of Ilyana Rasputin as the Sorcerer Supreme, wearing the Eye of Agamotto in the cloak from Doctor Strange. It's Magic from the New Mutants dressed up as Doctor Strange. Somebody's fan art.
Mine has a heart that says Mandy and Chris. She drew it on a wall. She drew it on a wall in a bathroom at a bar in Jersey.
Oh, nice.
I've had that picture for it's their third date.
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't get rid of that.
Yeah.
I like your idea better though. Or sports things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess there was 250 updates to iOS.
That's how many individual updates they've had to it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there's an update in CarPlay. You can pick a wallpaper now.
Wait, for a wallpaper for your display in your car?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. You can pick that from your phone and it just uploads?
I haven't fucked with it yet, but I noticed my background was different today
I don't know
when
how
I was
else you
driving.
get it on there. It's not like you could put it on a USB stick and stick it into your port on your car and upload it through that way.
Right.
It would have to upload through your phone.
Yeah.
Did you catch the Emmy winners from this weekend?
I heard Schitt's Creek just fucking whomped the comedy category. Just ran through it. Everybody won.
They took the complete category. It's kind of crazy. I mean,
did you see season 6 yet?
No, because I don't know. How do you watch season 6? Because it's not on Netflix yet.
Oh, you got to wait for it to. Do you have? No, you don't. Do you have cable?
No. I have cut the cord.
It was on Pop.
Right.
So I'm sure. I mean, it was out in the spring. I'm sure it's going to be streaming soon, especially since it just won a bunch of Emmys. I'm sure
it's got to be coming to Netflix sooner or somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, because I can watch.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix, and it's also on Peacock, I believe. Or it was on one of the other apps, because there's two places that I could watch it from. Or maybe it was Amazon Prime. I don't even fucking know. The show's all over the place, but nobody has season 6 yet. So I was actually trying to avoid a lot of the news, because I was like, I'm going to get spoilers for what happens in season 6, which normally I wouldn't care about, especially with the sitcom like this, but it's the final season. So I'm expecting some big things to happen, and I don't want any of that spoiled.
Says you could watch all 6 seasons on Fubo. Fubo, DirecTV, Netflix.
Oh, wait. I think I have Fubo. I have Tubi. I have Pluto.
You could buy it on Apple
who can
TV,
keep track
Amazon,
of this?
Fandango, Vudu.
Man, fuck you. Of course I can buy it.
Yeah.
I don't need to own the show. But yeah, I mean, well deserved.
But Andy and I were like, really? For season 6? What about season 3, season 4?
Yeah.
I liked it, but it wasn't. They've had better. I'm saying it. I know they just won. I'm shitting on their Emmy party. It had a satisfying ending. It was one of those finales, at least. Like, I hate when they leave everything open ended. They wrapped up every character nicely.
That's good.
I didn't go like, really? That was the last. It wasn't like we all were at the end of Seinfeld, right? Like, really? That's how we're going out?
Did they do a time jump?
No.
Okay, good.
Yeah, there's no time jumps.
Time jumps are bullshit. Don't end it with a time jump. I'd take Sopranos ending any day of the week over the fucking 10 years in the future. Oh, everything's still okay.
Yeah.
It did seem weird, like nobody else won for comedy. Schitt's Creek is a good show. I'm not trying to take away from it, but there's a lot of good shows out there. But then when you look at the competition,
it was weak this year. There wasn't anything. Everything's gone.
You know, Curb Your Enthusiasm. I mean, it was good, but was it award-winning good? I mean, it wasn't even the best Curb Your Enthusiasm season. It was good.
And I like the idea of a Spike coffee shop, though.
Yeah. Conceptually, it was one of the better seasons conceptually. But Dead to Me, I've never seen. The Good Place is certainly a comedy, but it's like not. Because it's also about like philosophy and shit. Insecure, it's something I've been meaning to check out, but I still haven't. Kaminsky Method is fantastic. If you haven't watched any of that on Netflix, that is a great show.
I have not. By the way, Schitt's Creek, October 8th, Netflix.
Okay. Oh, good. Not much longer to wait.
Yeah.
Marvelous Miss Maisel. I don't know what that show is doing in that category, other than it's about a comedian.
Doesn't she do comedy?
She does comedy, and she's funny, and the show is funny, but it's not strictly speaking a comedy. I would say it's
a
way
dramedy
more drama than that. Yeah. What We Do in the Shadows was up there. I'd like to see them win. I mean,
I think perhaps this was just comeuppance for Schitt's Creek for it was definitely a show we discovered. I think it was this year. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm a newcomer to it too. I've been catching up with it.
Maybe it was last year. No, but yeah, it was. This could be just because it's good overall. Like I get some gripes with it.
Yes, it gets hokey at times.
Well, yeah. Like how far are you all through season 5?
Yes.
Like just
the way up to what happened at the end of season 5? David proposes to his boyfriend.
Yeah. My one thing that I pointed out right away was they turned Jocelyn into a cartoon character. Like she started out like a caricature, like a parody, and then turned into a cartoon character. But what are you going to do?
Yeah. Each season her hair gets bigger. Her makeup gets crazier.
Yeah.
Like, I was watching some of it. I was watching I think I'm still in season 1 because my daughter started watching it. So I've been rewatching a lot of the episodes. And I'm noticing wow, Jocelyn looks and acts different, a lot different in season 1.
Yes.
Her voice doesn't go up into that high register all the time. And she looks less like the mom from that 70s show.
Yes.
You know?
Like it's all right, I get it. You're Midwestern. Got it.
And then they just keep piling it on.
Yeah.
Whereas Roland is kind of the opposite. He's full on huge, ridiculous stuffed pillow beer gut, and nasty ponytail mullet, and he actually tones it down.
Well, everyone else, or at least David and Alexis did that too. They initially started out cartoon character-y, and they turned into real people.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And it's got heart, and its biggest laughs are not jokes per se. They're character-driven humor.
Oh, best.
They're the reactions to each other. I mean, oh my God, David, written out on a piece of paper, nobody's going to think that's funny. What? So David does this, and she says, oh my God, David. That's it? That's how you're going to end the scene?
Yeah.
But then, Annie Murphy, delivers those lines, just brilliantly.
Yeah, trust me, best wishes and warmest regards is said around this house an awful lot.
Yeah. And that's probably why they got the sweep, because part of the magic of that show is the way it all comes together.
Yeah.
The way that you can see the growth, and it becomes less of a sitcom and more of a family-driven comedy.
Yes.
or it feels like family. I understand there's a lot of family to it, obviously. The two creators being related.
Yeah. Well, how about, I read that Eugene Levy and Catherine O'Hara won Emmys together 38 years ago.
Oh, really?
Like, did SCVT actually get awards? That's the only thing I can think that they were on together.
It was a Canadian show. Well, so's this. This is Oscar So Canadian.
Right.
The Weedsman Podcast.
ChristopherMedia.net.
There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth. And always open at HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth. And always open at HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
Progressive presents an interview with your upstairs neighbor.
Hi, I'm Tia. The upstairs-downstairs neighbor dynamic is so special. We have our own language. Like when I scream at my mom on the phone, the people downstairs bang on the ceiling to show their support. The nighttime's the best time to rearrange furniture. I call it midnight feng shui. And if I sleep through my alarm in the morning, they bang on my door to wake me. So thoughtful.
Progressive can't save you from your upstairs neighbor, but we can save you money when you bundle renters and auto insurance with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Bundle discount not available in all states or situations.
ChristopherMedia.net.
The Weedsman Podcast.
But yeah, overall, I'd say they did a good job picking out winners this year. There was none of them where I was like, that was the closest I came to questioning any of these awards, honestly, was like, did Schitt's Creek need to totally sweep it? Like, couldn't somebody else get some attention in there because there's some other good shows? That's my biggest beef. But again, not to say that nobody who got the award for their work on Schitt's Creek didn't deserve it. They all deserve it. Succession winning Best Drama, I don't know how you can argue with that. I love Better Call Saul. I love Killing Eve. Ozark, Stranger Things, those are good, fun shows. The Mandalorian, these are fun shows that aren't spectacular. They're just fun. I don't think they deserve awards, but Succession, clear winner amongst those. That being said, I didn't really care for the last season of Ozark, but Julia Garner needs to win all the awards for the work that she's doing in that show. Plays a little blonde girl, curly-haired one.
Yeah.
She is phenomenal. It's insane. Like, I like Justine. I like Jason Bateman. I'm blank. Laura Linney plays his wife in the show. Big fan of her work. But Julia Gardner runs circles around everybody in that show to the point where it comes off as like she's the only legitimate character on that show.
Yeah, she did have an evolution.
And, another standout in a mixed bag of a show was Billy Crudup, who got supporting actor for Morning Show. Well deserved. I've been a huge fan of Billy Crudup forever now. He's never disappointed me in any role. And usually plays a little bit more toned down characters. He's not the Brad Pitt type of guy, like, we need a crazy guy. But I don't know if you've seen any of his work in the Morning Show, but he plays this crazy asshole. He's a total asshole. He's narcissistic, but also charming. He's also like extremely self-aware as a character too. Like, he's not like most asshole characters are assholes because they're oblivious. And you either hate them because you're supposed to, because they're the villain, or you love them despite their flaws because they're oblivious to how they're an asshole. This is the rare character who's fully aware of what he's doing and is still acting like a jerk because he knows that it's going to get him what he wants.
Gives no shits.
And yeah, I mean, he's manipulative, but he's not. I think the closest character I could compare him to would be J.K. Simmons from
Whiplash.
From Whiplash, yeah.
He was an asshole.
He was an asshole, right? But you understood where he was coming from,
But that kid
right?
played the fucking drums when he's done with them.
Right. He was like, look, you want to be a great drummer. That's like a 1 in a million shot, right? Just to get noticed for your drumming, much less be a successful and an enduring musician. That's like a lottery chance. So here's what you got to do to get it. Right?
Yeah.
Might have been right or wrong, but you understood his motivation. And Billy Crudup's character in the morning show is similar.
He'd be canceled now.
Well, who? J.K. Simmons?
Yeah.
His character?
Yeah. The drumming student would go on Twitter, put him on blast, he'd get fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was mean to me.
Yeah, the morning show is not great, but I dare say it is brave in the material that it chooses to handle in real time. You know, it's
You're really selling it.
Well, it's uneven. You know, it's worth watching. Okay, so it's an entertaining show. It's got a great cast. It's very fun. It's uneven in the way that it's put together. Its choices in the material that it chooses to tackle is questionable, but again, still brave. I commend them on that. And its story is kind of hokey, but there's just these. I mean, the monologues that get written for some of these characters and the way that they spit them out is just brilliant. And there's just these little diamonds in the rough that happen in this show. And I don't even know what's going to happen next with the show. Maybe the show has potential. Maybe it's finding its legs. Maybe its second season is going to be just amazing.
Is it going to get a second season? Did enough people?
I imagine so. This is the
Emmy.
first.
Yeah.
This is. So Billy Crudup getting this Best Supporting Actor Emmy is the first award for an Apple original program.
Yeah, that at least buys them another season.
I would say, yeah. That was like the big show that they were pushing. They got an award for it. I'd say they'd be stupid to cancel it now, but who knows what's going to happen. I'm not really sure how the Apple platform's going in general. It doesn't seem to be growing at an enormous rate, but I'm not sure that that's what they're looking to do. I'm not sure that Apple needs to overtake Netflix as its ultimate goal. I mean, I'm sure they'd like to, but I don't know that that's their business model right now. Because one of the things that Apple announced with its recent whatever event that they have where they announce new devices and all this shit, there's this bundle that you can pay for. You can bundle, I forget what it, like your storage and and your subscriptions, right? So if you pay for cloud storage and you pay for Apple News and you pay for Apple TV and something else, you can bundle it all and save on it.
So basically they try to force it on you.
Right. Well, I don't think it's not about like trying to force it. It's incentivizing you. Yeah. But the idea is just to get a steady stream of monthly subscribers, right? I think that's what Apple's looking for as far as mimicking the Netflix model. Apple doesn't have to do it with original television and movie content. They can do it with many things. So they can have a decent slate of, high quality programming, much like HBO was back in the day, right? Before it started going all original shit, it was like a bunch of movies and you get, a handful of really interesting and sometimes really good TV shows. Mm-hmm. And maybe that's what Apple wants. They don't need to, have 82 titles to choose from. You might have 5 new ones, but they're all worth watching instead of scrolling through all the shit on that Netflix floods platform with.
Well,
But it's more wins for Succession, though. They got Jeremy Strong won. I think I saw that one of the, what was the other one? The best directing and best writing in a drama, I think it was.
for the writing, absolutely. I can agree with that.
Yeah, outstanding writing goes to Jesse Armstrong for Succession. And Andrzej Parek, I believe his name is pronounced, got best directing, which I agree with too. I think that's an aspect that gets overlooked in a show that has like amazingly strong writing with an amazingly strong cast and kind of a handheld style to the direction, which doesn't seem like a big deal. But if you filmed that like a traditional, 1 hour drama, I don't think the material would come across. I think that handheld kind of more intimate style puts the viewer as in the voyeur position, right? I'm listening in and I'm witnessing things that I shouldn't, right?
Yeah.
We're getting to see all the stuff that this family is desperately trying to keep hidden from the rest of the world in order to keep up appearances. And we're privy to that. If you film this like a Law and Order episode, that isn't going to come across.
No, sir.
And then you're just going to go, these people are just weird assholes. Why do people like this show? Like, I think the direction has a major function it's a major function to how any show comes across. But I think it's just one that's overlooked in this show.
Yeah, no, just because part of it's creating the atmosphere and like it's.
Yeah.
No, I think that show is just well done all around.
Yeah. Watchmen getting some big wins too. Outstanding limited series. Regina King and the man who plays her husband, and whose name I forget, both won. Yeah, I totally agree with this. I think that as a limited series, Watchmen deserves it. If you gave the Emmy to Watchmen for the writing, I'd be like, nah, you need to check yourself because there's much better written shows that happened in the last year. Watchmen has a lot of great things going for it, but the writing isn't one of them.
Really?
It's not. I mean, they do a lot of interesting things with it and they make some great choices, but overall, they're just rehashing the original story with different characters. And there's plot holes miles wide in that show, but it doesn't matter. It's a more fantastical, alternate future type of show. There's certain shows that just shouldn't get bogged down in the details. I might have to reevaluate my take on Lovecraft Country, for example. So that's a show that I loved that first episode. Second episode, not so much. And then it keeps getting progressively worse for me.
Really?
And maybe part of it is it kind of threw me. I didn't expect it to be a semi-anthology show. So it follows the same characters throughout the show. There's main characters and a story that progresses throughout the episodes. But each episode has kind of been its own thing. Episode 1 was like straightforward horror, like full-on cabin in the woods, monsters biting people in half and shit. And then episode 2 is like we're in a castle and there's a magician guy and he wants to open a portal to somewhere and we got to stop him. And then episode 3, I think, was the like National Treasure style Indiana Jones hunt where they have to, find the code to open up the tomb. And each episode has its own theme. They did a haunted house one. I didn't really care for that one.
So it's been kind of hit or miss for you?
Yeah, but I think I don't know. It doesn't, because of the way that it's done in this anthology style, it makes huge leaps in the characters, right? So characters that were in one place in this episode are all of a sudden in a totally different place, not physically, but like their relationship to each other changes. Something happened in between those two episodes that we didn't see. That's what it feels like. But I think it's done intentionally, just like, just go along. We're not showing you everything. Right?
Well,
so it's not structured like a traditional drama where we're expected to see, like, if we're talking about the relationship between two characters and a will they, won't they situation, we are used to seeing that progress in a natural way to a point where they either do or they don't. And
stop making me do your work. You make the TV shows, you tell the story. So I'm watching TV.
Yeah. I think that's part of it, is like, I'm expected to fill in the cracks in this show, and I'm not enjoying that aspect.
That's lazy writing. Hey, you do it. It's Homer Simpson. Let someone else do it.
Yeah. I'm writing about vampires, damn it. You write the love scene. Nobody writes a love scene? Fine. We won't have the love scene then.
Everybody, make your own love scene. That can get weird.
Have you seen Dicktown?
This is like a porno?
No, Dicktown is John Hodgman and David Reese, and they play middle-aged men who are kind of losers. John Hodgman's character lives on a houseboat, and he's a private detective, an unlicensed private detective who can only get work from like teenagers. And it's basically like,
so is it like Shitty Archer?
It's like Shitty Archer meets Scooby-Doo.
Huh. I might explore. I might watch one to see what happens.
I really enjoyed it. It's got, like, episode 1 was okay. The tone didn't quite hit with me.
Not like every show.
But yeah, that's pretty standard. And then by the time I got into, episode 2 and 3, I was rolling right along. But yeah, it was a really funny show. I mean, John Hodgman he plays a character called John Hunchman. So it's like, I mean, obviously John Hodgman isn't a loser, only works for teenagers and lives on a houseboat. He's a pretty successful dude. He's got his shit together.
Who happens to have a beard and wear glasses as well.
Yeah, right. Well, I guess the conceit is, like, he was kind of a child prodigy. He was like a one-man Hardy Brothers.
Gotcha.
Or Hardy Boys. Right?
There you go.
Child crime solver type of thing. But he's never grown out of that. So now he is, he's pushing 40 or whatever. Or maybe he's north of, I don't know. And he's still doing the detective thing. And he's still doing it for kids.
Oh, I love it. It's in New Jersey.
Is it in New Jersey? I don't know if I ever picked up on that.
Or maybe there's just a place called Dicktown in New Jersey, and it just comes up in the Google image search.
Yeah, described as Encyclopedia Brown meets Scooby-Doo. Meets also Archer and the Venture Brothers. I'd say if you mash those 4 shows up, that's what you'd have.
Hey, by the way, Archer's on season 11. I thought they were calling it a day at 10. I thought they were going to do 10 seasons and see ya.
Wow. How many is this that I haven't seen then?
Yeah, right? No, trust me. They made the cardinal sin that Family Guy did, at least with me. They started repeating jokes. I was like, okay, you're repeating yourself. I'm out. And they repeated and it wasn't like them trying to be meta and crack on themselves.
I know. Like, Archer constantly repeats themselves.
Yeah.
But that's because the joke is that they're repeating themselves.
Yeah. No, they repeated him banging somebody's wife on their honeymoon. They repeated that gag. And it wasn't like I said, it wasn't in the vein. I was like, okay, well, we're done here. See ya.
It's out of ideas.
Yeah.
It's fine. Like, I get it. Like, if somebody's still going to pay you a bunch of money to make this show, I don't think I would stop either.
Yeah.
But
you can make it during coronavirus.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, maybe H. John Benjamin's got expensive tastes. He's not ready for that bag of money to stop showing up yet. Or maybe they fired all the writers and got new ones.
They get some good guest voices on Dicktown as well. And I want to...
There is a Dicktown, New Jersey, by the way. Who's been on it?
Yeah, I was going to say, I was thinking that H. John Benjamin might have been on it. I can't remember.
Why not? It's a voiceover gig. Why should anyone else have any VO gigs?
Yeah. Oh, one of my favorites, Paul F. Tompkins and his wife, Janie Haddad Tompkins, are on it. They're on the season finale, which is a great episode.
This is a Hulu show?
It's an FX show, so you can catch it on Hulu.
Ah.
Yeah, I guess it's part of Cake, which is, so I'm thinking that Cake is just FX's version of Adult Swim or Liquid Television. Just an anthology series that they can dump whatever animated projects they have at the time.
Gotcha. TV for stoners. Isn't that essentially what Adult Swim was?
Yep. Yeah, well, and with Adult Swim not being really what it once was, and animation, being something, like you said, it's something that you can do during COVID. It's something that has been steadily gaining in popularity still.
Well, Comedy Central apparently has canceled everything and is going all animation. They canceled Tosh.0. They canceled something else that had been on for a while. And they're bringing Beavis and Butthead back, and they even said they're trying to go more focus on animation.
Yeah, that's right. Did we talk about the Beavis and Butthead are coming back? They've signed on for 2 new seasons.
I mean, I'm going to watch.
I'm going to watch 2, but I don't know what that show is going to be like. Because I actually caught some Beavis and Butthead last night.
Like old Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah. They have, I think it was on, it was either Pluto or Tubi or one of the free or ad-based services. And they were just running kind of a best of, all the videos chopped out, of course. Because none of those can go into syndication.
No.
So all the meat. So, I mean, maybe it's just because I was watching, the non-video parts, because the videos them watching the videos and commenting on it were always the best.
Yes, that was the best part.
Yeah. The story was never great.
Wasn't supposed to be. But from what I've heard, it's supposed to be, or maybe it's not, but they're Gen X parents raising Gen Z kids.
Right. So it's going to be a totally different show.
Yeah.
But it should be. I mean,
as long as it keeps the dumb jokes, I don't give a shit.
Well, it doesn't even have to be dumb. I mean, as long as it's true to Mike Judge's style of humor, because he's pretty much proven that he can't really do any wrong, right? What has Mike Judge been involved in that was unfunny or even a flop? He had stuff that wasn't commercially successful, but even that stuff, I mean, sure, Idiocracy made nothing at the box office, but is quoted by everyone to this day.
Oh, absolutely.
So
same thing with Office Space.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Office Space is another perfect example.
So you want to talk about
cult classic?
Yeah, I guess Extract was kind of a big thud, but if you've ever watched it, it's great. It's got Ted's in it from Schitt's Creek. He's the pool boy.
All right.
That's when it's got that. Yeah, that's Affleck's the angry stoner in that one, right? Maybe not. No, it's not Affleck. He's got his friend is the angry stoner, like the guy who smokes pot and gets mad.
Yeah. It's been a minute. I think I got to watch it again.
It's a good flick.
The Weedsman Podcast.
ChristopherMedia.net.
Look in your home. Look in your office. Look in your home office. Everywhere you turn, there's so much smart. At Capella University, we think education should be smart too. Our game-changing FlexPath format puts you in control of your master's degree, so you can learn how, when, and where you want. Smart, huh? Yeah, we think so too. So if you want to take the next step in your career, make Capella your first step. Visit capella.edu to learn more. Capella University. Don't just learn smarter.
There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new. our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth, and always open at HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth, and as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth, and always open at HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
ChristopherMedia.net.
The Weedsman Podcast.
Dude, I don't know what's up with Taco Bell and Mountain Dew, but
The crazy shit they do together.
even separately, they get into some crazy shit together, but separately.
R.I.P. Mexican pizza.
No, that's right. Both Mountain Dew and Taco Bell are betraying their core audience.
Or are we aging out? Well, I think we aged out a while ago.
Now, it's not about aging out. Taco Bell this week announced that they are going to Taco Bell Canada advertised a wine called Jalapeno Noir.
What?
Which sounds like a Bond villain.
Jalapeno Noir. Like a racist Bond villain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Bond goes to Mexico.
It's played by Charo. Jalapeno Noir.
Oh, coochie coochie, Mr. Bond.
Yeah.
And Mountain Dew has released its first ever cocktail that's going to be served at Red Lobster called the Dew-Garita.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Isn't it like, it's Mountain Dew and tequila?
Yeah, first of all, gross. Second of all, why are you trying to court the drunks, Taco Bell and Mountain Dew?
Right?
You know that's not your primary crowd.
Right, exactly.
We're in the age of legalization. It's sweeping across the nation, okay?
Listen, let White Castle have the drunk people.
Yes.
Or
Drunks go to White Castle, all right?
Exactly.
You stay over there. We'll stay over here at the Taco Bell.
Exactly. When I was hammered coming from the bar in my 20s, we would always hit up the White Castle. When we were in somebody's basement, just clam baking like a motherfucker, it was a Taco Bell run.
You had to get the TB.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, nobody wants your wine, first of all.
Why would you get wine at Taco Bell? That's not, no.
But if Taco Bell made anything, if they put their logo on something that you could sell at a dispensary or a head shop, it would go like hotcakes.
It's like going to Waffle House for the steak.
Yeah. My question is, can they actually serve this at the restaurants in Canada?
Probably.
Let's see, a limited edition beverage is currently for sale at Taco Bell Canada, both online and in select stores.
Online?
The beverage is meant to be paired with the restaurant's new toasted cheesy chalupa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Millennials are looking at you.
Wine and Mexican food is not a good pairing, ever, in any case.
Yeah. If anything, you drink Mexican food and beer. Or Mexican food and margaritas. Yeah, you get the Dew-Garita with the Taco Bell. Hey, you're missing it, Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Put the Dew-Garita at the Taco Bell. Put the wine at the Red Lobster.
Yes, absolutely. They've been mixed up. There was a mix-up at the Idea Factory.
No, it's like the commercial. Two guys with the envelopes. Yeah. One was taking one memo, one was taking the other.
Yeah.
They're both looking down at their phones, and they smashed into each other. There's clearly been a mix-up.
Yeah. The guy goes to his meeting, opens up the envelope, and he's like, our next marketing idea is margarita? Okay.
Yeah.
The boss is like, I love it. And they just end up going with it. New Mountain Dew, the Dew-Garita, be exclusively served at Red Lobster, and a suggested pairing is the seafood restaurant's Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Fuck you. That shit goes with everything. You ever had those biscuits? They're delicious.
First of all, you don't pair margaritas with specific food the way you do wines.
Yeah.
Also, nobody asked you, like fine, offer liquor, put Mountain Dew in it. I'm sure idiots will drink it. I'll drink Mountain Dew every once in a while still, but I have long since learned that there's nothing that you can mix Mountain Dew with as no alcohol that you can mix it with that'll make it better.
No.
Mountain Dew is not a good mixer for anything.
That's why because there's not 90 drinks with it as a mixer, because it's a terrible mixer.
Right. And it doesn't pair with your Cheddar Bay biscuits. Those are just your high profit margin item.
There's a reason there's 1,000 drinks with a cola and ginger ale base. And Cheddar Bay biscuits go with fucking everything. They go good with other biscuits.
Yes. Pair that shit with some fish.
Pair with anything. Cereal, ice cream.
What? No,
probably not. I don't know. There have been some sweet and savory things where I'm like, really? And then you have them and you're like, all right, I get it. I'm sure some asshole somewhere has tried to make Cheddar Bay ice cream. Are savory ice creams a thing?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Some turkey ice cream?
No. Gross, dude. So not much news going on the weed front. You know, we've been talking about recently that they're looking at trying to get the MORE Act passed, which will do a lot of things. You know, not only just expunge records and legalize, but totally reclassify, deschedule cannabis. Take it off the federal government's purview completely.
Now, I did see something about some centrist Democrats going, hey, we might want to hold up on this while we don't have a coronavirus thing yet.
Well, the centrists got their way. I mean, they got their candidate. So the centrists, as much as they're being vilified as anyone who identifies as a centrist, they're getting their way in the Democratic Party right now. And yeah, it's not going to get a vote before the election.
Quite honestly, while I'm one of the hosts on this show, I kind of agreed with that. I'm like, yeah, you might want to put that car back in the deck right now. And
yeah, we'd all love to see it get passed, but
you got other shit to do.
There's also the optics of it.
Yeah,
the idea of we can't get coronavirus relief passed, right? We can't get extended unemployment. We can't get more money for struggling businesses. Another check to the American citizen. We can't get any of that stuff done, but we can get this done. It's not the right time.
Nope.
If it was part of a larger drive, if the Democrats were actually using this as a platform issue and not listening to their centrists the way that they should be, then I would say, yeah, now is the time. Let's get this act pushed through. Just the publicity around that would help drive the vote. But there's not, unless I think New Jersey is still on the ballot. Other than that, nobody's taking advantage of what's probably going to be a large Democratic voter turnout to try and get anything done with cannabis. Now, again, priorities. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, you asked me if you can have nationwide legalization of weed or you can have Trump out of office. It's no contest. I've waited this long. I'm 45 years old. I've lived most of my life buying my weed on the black market.
Anyway,
right, yeah.
Weed's legal here.
Legal from my house.
Yeah, exactly. Legal where I live. Fuck y'all.
But yeah, and maybe there'll be more. Well, what would happen anyway? Do you think that the Republicans have any chance of seeing the light on this issue before the election? Because that's who you have to get it passed in the Senate. So
dude, they'll table that shit,
I think regardless, if you get more Democrats in the Senate post-election, then you have a higher chance of it actually getting past the House through the Senate and to the president's desk. And not only that, you're much more likely post-election to get some moderate Republicans on your side that you're going to need to get this passed through.
It's just not a good time. Put it in the post-November 3rd pile.
Yeah, Pelosi shook her magic 8-ball and it said, outlook murky, try again later.
Yeah.
And they will try again later. They're looking at still voting on it before the year's out.
Maybe make it part of the next coronavirus bill. Put it in there.
Yeah. Then people will say that you're just porking it up to try and push your liberal agenda. But it's not a bad idea because, and just here in Michigan, I think it was like, I had these numbers. The cannabis is booming in Michigan. And July was a record-breaking month for Michigan as far as cannabis sales. And here it is. Recreational sales in July surpassed medical marijuana sales for the first time. And August sales statewide approached 60 million from recreational, another 50 million from medicinal. So total between medicinal and recreational, 110 million in August.
Damn.
Largest month since its first month. Actually, no, wait. I don't think it quite beat out. It was like April or May. Like early on in this, there was a really big boom in it because everyone was like, I got to stock up. Mm-hmm. And so sales went through the roof and prices skyrocketed. We're still well, there's other things. I mean, they're tweaking, the law is still in Michigan, and it looks like they're trying to get rid of a lot of the home grow operations. You know, they're not interested in handing out licenses for people who are going to be caregivers because they're not high tax dollar generating businesses.
Yeah, with the big corporate grows.
Yeah, exactly. And actually, talking about Michigan licenses, they issued the first license for a specific category. They're calling a micro business. And what this is basically it's an all-in-one marijuana license. It gives you the ability to grow, cultivate, process, and sell retail.
All by yourself?
All by yourself and all out of one facility if you want to, I believe.
This is going to be a thing now? Micro businesses?
Well, this is out in, I don't even know where this is. Presque Isle County.
Presque Isle County? That's the UP, son. Presque Isle, I think, is the rabbit ear in Michigan.
Presque Isle County's Onaway. I don't know where Onaway is. So wherever it is, you can imagine that there's not a ton of people out there. There's a demand for it. They should have a place where you can buy safely and legally cannabis. But how does that work when you're, I don't know how many hundreds of miles away from the next dispensary or place that grows it?
Well, that's why you got to be the all-in-one.
Right. So I think where I don't know how the licensing works on this, but this license has been available. This is just the first time that they've issued one, and I think it's because they don't want to issue these licenses to businesses that are in major cities, in major metropolitan areas. They want to have they need to have the structured business that allows them for proper oversight and competition as well.
Onaway actually in the top of the mitten. My bad.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, Michigan had the license all outlined for these micro businesses as well as public consumption licenses. They just haven't issued any of those either.
But they are going to be a thing at some point?
I mean, I don't know. All it really tells us, I think, is that they're thinking about it. And they're probably thinking about it as an inevitable thing. Something that, it's going to happen. And the question is, do we want people just out smoking wherever, or do we want to control it?
Well, you do it with alcohol.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep the home grower down. Getting it big reefer.
So hopefully after the election, we'll have a new president, or at least one president-elect, and we can get back to the business of nationwide legalization.
Yeah, or nationwide anything.
Yeah, that's a good point, Chris. Let's get back to starting to think like a unified nation again, instead of a country slowly slipping into civil war.
Yeah. But it's an ideological war, though. That's the thing.
Yeah. But I think that not only can cannabis be a good issue to drive people to the polls, I think it can be a unifying issue as well. We've seen the numbers on on conservatives on this. You know, almost everywhere in the country, even in the most diehard red states, you still have a majority of people going, look, if they want to smoke pot, what's the big deal?
People like weed, right? We figured it out. We all like weed. It's one of the few things where the color of your tie doesn't matter, at least at below a certain age. That gateway drug bullshit is over. Because, too, now it's more than just smoking it, right? You can eat it. You can vape it. You're not walking around smelling like a dirty stoner.
Yeah, it's made it actually...
You drink it?
Well, it's made it harder to police.
Yeah. Yeah, before you sniff stoners out. How you sniffing out an edible I ate? You're not.
Yeah. Or even...
Yeah, sniffing out this vape cartridge right here. You're not.
Sorry, I get lost reading some of the comments on this story.
Oh, boy.
These are Michiganders here. Talking about, LOL, it was a big scam idiots fell for. He's talking about legalization.
Yep. You got us.
All the pushed helped was big business. Patience, quote unquote, is a joke, and the crap solves, all caps, for ellipses, nothing.
Welcome to capitalism, asshole. It's your first
quote
day.
Unquote, this guy quote unquotes a lot of things. The quote unquote caregiver, just a spin on the name drug dealer, is some loser out of his mom's basement with no education, no training, nothing.
You're just mad he's making more money than you.
Right. Oh, he's talking specifically about the caregivers and how they're being pushed out in Michigan. Make it illegal again. This is Rob Rosa. Says, make it illegal again, period, and let them continue to kill one another. What? Yeah. That didn't stop neither, and people have had their stashes stolen, placed broken into. Stealers actually kidnapped until told where their stash was. I think he means dealers. People getting shot and killed with individual growers and warehouses. Neighbor's niece was killed. This crap stinks, and 96% have to put up with it. Funk that. And the media and the press need to stop, support it, and with a myriad of articles, post all the negative stuff and promote a permanent ban. Well, first of all, weed stinking is and being an unpleasant smell is relative, and 96% put up with it. So 96% of the country doesn't smoke weed. It's 4% that have managed to get it legalized.
20% of the country has recreational marijuana now. Their homes.
Well, let's just take Michigan. Like, you think 96% of Michigan, is this because you know 10 people and 4 of them are I mean, you know, like, it'd have to be more than 10 people, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So, you know, you asked 100 people and only 4 of them admitted to smoking weed. I don't know where you get a statistic like 96%.
Yeah, because I know a lot of them motherfuckers is lying.
And I like how it's 96%, right? Because 90 would be like, oh, you're just making stuff up. But he's going to use 96%, so you know that's an accurate statistic that he pulled out of his ass.
My wife makes fun of her mom all the time because her mom will do that shit. Be like, where are you getting these numbers, Mom? It's a thing people do now.
Yeah.
Why is it that every time I turn on the radio, I hear the same 5 songs?
Yeah, funk that.
For 3 months.
Funk that.
Man, funk that.
Forgot about this song, man.
This guy's name is Sagat. S-A-G-A-T.
That's right.
Sagat.
Isn't that the name of one of the Street Fighter characters?
It's possible.
Stretchy one. Question.
Why is it that bums ask me for money when I ain't got none? What is it, a in thing or something? Let me remind this dude he ain't got no money. Huh? Man, fuck that.
Oh, it's a very anti-homeless stance there.
This guy's canceled. Let me see. It's probably not. Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, there it is.
Fuck that.
Whoa, did you hear that? He said, fuck that. Fuck that. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Funk that. Question. Yeah.
Every time I walk down the street.
That's pretty good, Beavis. Yeah. Thanks.
Just to get me a fly. Come on, man.
Yeah. Step on it. Kick him in the neck. Yeah. Funk that. Funk that. Question.
Why is it that every time I turn on the radio,
Why is it
I
every
hear
time I turn on
the
the radio?
songs for 3 months?
Yeah.
Man,
Question. Why is it that Beavis is fiddling with his wiener 15 times a day for 3 months? Shut up, butthead. Funk that. Question. Why is it that every time I ask Butthead to change the channel because a video sucks, he never does it? Funk that.
question. Why is it that
they should get this guy on that 16 Minutes show instead of that old Mickey Rooney dude they got?
16 Minutes?
You know what I don't understand? Every time I pick my nose, it's full again in a few minutes. Funk that. I like that blood munch. Hey, check this out, too. How come they call it taking a dump and not leaving a dump? I mean, after all, you're not really taking it anywhere. Funk that.
They have to.
That's pretty good, Beavis.
Yeah, it was worth it. I'm glad that worked.
I forgot about Beavis doing the Andy Rooney impression.
Yeah.
It's brilliant.
It's a good note to go out on.
Yeah, that's it. I got nothing left.
It's like Seinfeld. Going to be acting like George Costanza, going out on the high note. So check us out at the Weisman Podcast.
Doing a podcast where you're smoking constantly and expecting it to be more than an hour long.
Funk that. At the Weisman 420 on Twitter, at the Weisman Podcast on Instagram. Weisman Podcast, ChristopherMedia.net. It's the email. Go to ChristopherMedia.net. Hit the Amazon banner. Hit the PayPal button if you want to help us out. And it's official. We're part of the Bezos ecosystem now. We're in it. You can find us on Amazon. What is it? Amazon's in the podcast business now. If you got Amazon Music, they got podcasts now. You can find us there, as well as Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Well, that's still a thing. Stitcher, Spreaker.com, Spotify, ChristopherMedia.net, or anywhere you listen to podcasts. We are there. And stay high.
Stay high.
And now a game of Commercial Chicken, brought to you by Progressive, where we see how long Flo can go without talking about insurance. Ready? Go.
So the weather is just all over the place lately, right? One day it's hot, and the next day it's windy for a while. It's like, make up your mind already. Drivers who switch to Progressive could save big.
Okay, you win. We can't help but save customers money. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
There's a new Home Depot now open on Maurice Avenue in Maspeth. And as home improvement projects go, this is a big one. Use the product locator on our app for an in-store map to find what you need fast. And check out our new pickup lockers. They make online shopping a breeze. Of course, one thing's not new, our everyday low prices. The Home Depot, now open near Maurice Avenue and Long Island Expressway in Maspeth, and always open at HomeDepot.com. The Home Depot, how doers get more done.
The Weedsman Podcast.
ChristopherMedia.net.